Lewis and Clark. The Lewis and Clark Trail. As you can see, it starts down here, right about St. Louis, goes all the way up here, through here, and finally they end up here, in Washington State, at the Pacific Ocean. You can kind of see also where they went west. This is when they were coming up this dark red line. And then on the way back, they kind of took a few detours. You see, they came down here, they kind of came up here, and they came back together. And then they came back all the way back down here to St. Louis. Lewis and Clark leave St. Louis on May of 1804. That was a long time ago. The first official meeting of whites and Western Indian tribes happened at Council Bluff in 1804, just a few years after Lewis and Clark left. There was only one casualty on the entire trip, which is really crazy because it was such a long trip and through treacherous landscape. August 1804 to October 1804, Lewis and Clark met the Indian tribe of South Dakota. I guess you can guess where that is. Present day, South Dakota. The Yanktons were hunters and traders who lived near Gavin's Point Dam. Lewis and Clark met the Lakato, or Teton, Indians in central South Dakota. The Arkarars were a farming tribe who welcomed Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark spent the winter of 1804 in a Mandan Indian village. That way they could have some shelter and they could get to know some of the Native Americans better. Sacagawea and her infant son Pomp were guides for Lewis and Clark on their journey west. We all know who Pocahontas is. There's Sacagawea, not bad. June 1804, Great Falls of the Mississippi. Lemhi Pass, August 1805, no river leading to the Pacific Ocean. And that was important because they were sent to primarily find a route for trading to the other side of America, so they could get goods and stuff faster. In Idaho, Lewis and Clark met the Shoshone Indians. Sacagawea is the sister of the chief. The explorers buy horses to cross the mountains for 11 days. The Nez Perce teach Lewis and Clark to make canoes from logs to speed down the Snake and Columbia River towards the ocean. Mount Hood, Pacific Head, Pacific Ocean is up ahead. Fort Clatsop. They spent the winter of 1805 in Fort Clatsop. Again, they needed to get out of the elements because it can get really cold and really snowy up in where they were. Pompey's Pillar is actually named for Sacagawea's son, and still to today that's a very popular place for people to go hiking around and a very good observation point for the rest of that area. July 1806, the only battle in the whole expedition. 2 Blackfeet warriors are killed. In August of 1806, Sacagawea said goodbye. Lewis and Clark arrived back in St. Louis on September 23, 1806. They were heroes when they got back. Lewis and Clark are remembered today. There are statues of them, books, parades, reenactments, trail markers, celebrations, and museums.